Hello everybody and welcome to another video. My name is Tom from 6 Foot Networks. Tonight we're going to go through the process of migrating an OpenDirectory Master from this physical Mac Mini right here onto the virtual server, the VMware ESXi box that we created last week. We're going to do this on the computer, so why don't you come along? Okay, so now we're looking at the laptop. You can see here we have two remote desktop windows open. This one here is the primary OpenDirectory server, or OpenDirectory Master, as it's known. And you can see here that the server is listed as the master and its IP address. And over here we have the new macOS Big Sur virtual machine. I haven't done anything with it outside of the few notifications that pop up. I canceled them out, to explore macOS Big Sur, so I turned those off. But other than that, this server is exactly as it was a week ago when we went through this process. In fact, I didn't even set my 24-hour time, which I love to do on all my computers, as you can see here and here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, so hopefully you can see it. Oops, sorry about that. All right, made that a little bigger for you. Essentially, the process is straightforward. In order to migrate OpenDirectory from one server to another, you have to export it to an archive. And lucky for us, Apple gave us that functionality. So if you click on this little gear, you see here it says Archive OpenDirectory Master. And we will authenticate to the server. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select a path. We're going to name this OD Master. And we're going to pick a path. Desktop is fine. You can move it wherever you need to. And then you can see the path here. We're going to give this a password. Just something easy to remember. The reason why you need to specify an archive password is because of the fact that this thing will actually dump the user accounts, which include usernames, passwords, and other sensitive information for the account. So this will actually secure that and encrypt the file. So we're going to hit next. We're going to confirm that these are correct, and we're going to hit archive. This isn't going to take very long. You can see the file's already being created, and it dumps out a meg or a couple megs worth of stuff. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shrink this window down because now comes the fun part. This is one of the coolest features of Apple Remote Desktop. You can take this file right from this computer, move it here, and then I'll move this down here so you can see it. And then from here, you can move it over here. Hopefully this will take it. And yes, it did. So you can see we actually have now 3 copies of the same file, which is great. You want that in case of any corruption or data loss. We're going to close the file transfer window. We're going to bring this one forward. Okay. So because this is a virtual machine, we actually don't have the larger resolution as with this one, so we'll just leave it this way. Okay, so because this Mac is right out of the box, we need to connect to the App Store and download the server app. All right, go through that. And oh boy, this is going to be an interesting experience because not the whole screen's not here, so which should be fine though. So macOS server, enter. There it is. We already have it, so you can see how much it costs there. But I will actually log in with my Apple ID, the password. And then we're going to have to do all sorts of two-factor authentication here. which is fine. And you saw it pop up on everything, which is kind of funny. All right, so now you see me logged in here, and you can see that this went from the price tag to the download icon. So we're going to download this. Again, this doesn't take very long. We're going to close this. We're going to go under Applications. And we're going to find Server. There it is. And to make life easier, I'm going to slide this over here so that way it stays in the dock. We're going to close that. We're going to close, I think I already hit close on that. And you can see here's the server wizard. So to set up the server, we proceed. Password. We're going to let this take a few seconds to do its install. You can see this virtual machine is pretty quick. And I didn't make any changes to it since we did the install in that last video. Like I said I was going to do, so maybe I'll go through that in another video. But for now we can see it's running and it's behaving pretty good with regards to how fast it's processing things and how fast it's doing things. So it's been running for 26 minutes. Here's the build information for the version of the server as well as Mac OS. Host names. These can all be changed with these commands here. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go up to View, Open Directory, so that way it pops up over here. It's an advanced function, so, and we're going to turn it on, and look at this. We have the option now to proceed through the network and users, or network users and groups wizard here, which lets us create a new Open Directory domain, join an existing domain as a replica if you want to create a second server. Always a good idea, by the way. And then you can restore Open Directory domain from an archive. So we're going to pick this one. Next, we're going to choose the path. This is going to be on the desktop. So we're going to go there and we're going to select this. We're going to hit choose, and then it's going to ask for its password. And we're going to hit restore. All right, here we have it. Open Directory, it's available, it's a master, and we're ready to connect to it. Unfortunately, I don't have any user accounts or groups except for the default. If we look here under network users, this is where your network users would be. We had just built out the other Open Directory system for testing before we did this, so you can see that this empty Open Directory server came over. Well, that's about it. You can see that we have this Open Directory server here. It's running, it's available, and it's ready to serve. It's turned on and it's ready to go. I'm actually going to leave this just like this, make it full screen, and we're going to start working with this. Unfortunately, we don't have any users or groups really in here because this is all a new install. We built the MacMini out a couple of weeks ago just for testing purposes, and we never really got around to it, so this was a pretty good test. In a previous video I mentioned that those Mac Minis are actually part of my streaming system, so I need to recoup the mini that Open Directory was on, and this will help me do that. Actually, it already did. We went through the process of moving it. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a pretty brief one this time. And until next time, thank you for watching.